Hello students, welcome to this first lecture on empowerment. Today I will be discussing about the concept of empowerment and I hope this lecture is going to be helpful to you. So first of all, what do we mean by empowerment? What does the word empowerment mean? The basic meaning of the word empowerment is to give power and give power to those, giving power to those who are powerless. That means we are talking straight away about the underprivileged sections of the society who have not had power. And we are also talking about an understanding of the oppression and identifying who are getting oppressed, who need empowerment, and also understanding how they can be liberated from the oppression. So empowerment is for countering the oppression, and it is important to understand who is underprivileged. An underprivileged person is the one who is facing oppression of any kind, and empowerment is liberating. Empowerment leads to creation of an environment in which people are able to strengthen their capacities, strengthen their resources, and strengthen their ability to access opportunities. I will repeat once again. Empowerment implies the creation of an environment in which people are able to have opportunity. They have the opportunity to access, to strengthen their capacities. They have opportunity to improve upon their resources and have access to more and more opportunities. So it's an enabling environment and it comes with a goal. It is an end-oriented process. In empowerment, the entire process is empowering. Like each step in empowerment is strengthening. And ultimately it will give you the desired result. So let's see what are the benefits of empowerment are. Empowerment tends to improve the liberation of people, the freedom that people have. Empowerment also improves their well-being. It also gives them greater health, happiness, life satisfaction, raised confidence, better capacity, and last but not the least, it helps people to overcome their fear. So the end goal of empowerment is not just happiness, not just fulfillment of needs, but it has to be an overall improvement in the condition of people with giving them freedom by removing their dependence. So this is the end result. So what is the process? How do we get, or how do we make people empowered, or how we get empowered? That's more important for each one of us also. So empowerment, as stated earlier also, is strengthening of capacities, improvement in resources, and availability of opportunities, and creating an environment which is not just one instance, but an entire process, an intentional entire process. So, how the empowerment takes place? What are the important ingredients in the process of empowerment? First of all, in empowerment, participation of people is very, very essential. So, when you are undertaking empowerment, or when you are working on empowerment of certain people, and if you do not involve them, if they do not participate in the process, I'm sorry to say that is not empowerment. That is again will be a kind of charity, giving them charity or just solving their problem. But since they do not become capable of solving their problem or gaining control over the situation, it does not mean empowerment if people do not participate, or if they're not allowed to participate in this process. So, and participation primarily at three levels. First is decision making. They have to given this freedom to take decision. Participation during the implementation process and participation in the evaluation also. So taking first three things, decision. That means whether you want it or not want it. You do not want it. It is your decision. And if you are taking part in this process, and finally whether you are given this opportunity to say that this was right for me, this is right for me, or this is not, does not do good to me. I'll take an example. Suppose you require a good life, everyone requires a good life, and your parents decide that you pursue this career. That means first thing has been omitted. You were not part of the decision making process. Secondly, they say that it's okay, you want happy life, and what is needed for a happy life? For a happy life, you need a good house to live in, a good bank balance, a good car, and all the luxuries of life, and they get it for you. It is not empowerment because you are not part of one, the decision, and secondly, in the implementation process. You were just handed over, given things which you presume to bring happiness to you. And thirdly, in the evaluation. So if you can't say that I do not want this kind of a life, it is not empowerment. So participation at three levels is very, very important. If we talk about capacities, capacities are the abilities and skills in people which give them strength over the situation, control over the situation. It is that drive which helps them sail out of the difficult time. And this is very, very crucial for liberation of people. People need to be capacitated, need to build their own abilities, need to take part in the decision-making democratic process. So this capability cannot be substituted, with anything. So participation is very important. Enhancement of capacities is very important. And what as we social workers can do for bringing in empowerment of people, we can advocate for creating an enabling environment, an environment which comprises of economic, political, social, cultural, and legal environment. The political mechanism or the democratic system is such that people feel capacitated. The social environment is that it does not hold people back. People are free. People are not held for their caste, class, religion, gender. Not even cultural barriers should prevent people from realizing or from gaining control of their life and realizing what they want in their life. So as social workers, when you talk about participation and how we can bring in, I would say that it is more of creating an enabling environment than of creating resources and just handing over to them. So it's also, and for participation, one thing is also important, which is decentralization process. Suppose I personally decide everything for my children, and of course I'm the mother, and I will be taking the right decision for them. But that is not empowerment. So when I am trying to empower my children, I will give them right to take decisions. So it is decentralization of the decision-making process also. Now let us come. This is a bit about the concept of empowerment, and let's see what else or what other things are part of it. See, empowerment is intentional. Okay, it does not just happen on its own. It has to be brought in intentionally. Why intentionally? Because in the beginning of the lecture I told you that it is giving power or understanding the oppression of the underprivileged section of the society. So this has to be done intentionally. It's an ongoing process and not a goal. It's an ongoing process and it's not the goal. Finally, giving people things which bring happiness is not empowerment. They have to be involved in the process of gaining those things or gaining control over the situations which will help them have access to those things. Empowerment is also not individual. It is a community level mechanism. But yes, of course, it is not just the community, but people at individual level benefit by it. The health of people improve individually, though it is done collectively. But the benefits occur at individual level also. It will improve their health, it will improve their well-being, it will improve their happiness even at the individual level. Empowerment also talks about participation, as discussed earlier with you. So mutual respect is very important. When you give control to others, so you give them, it comes with respect. So respect is also very important. And critical reflection of the process is also very important. Critically reflecting that whether this act which is presumed to bring empowerment of people, is it actually going to empower them or it is going to disempower them. So every act has to be critically thought of and then it can be pursued. It has to be done in a caring way, and participation, not just individual but group participation, is very, very important. Now finally, what happens with empowerment? With empowerment, people gain access and people gain control. So they are not dependent on others. So they control over their lives, first of all. They gain control over their lives and they are able to take decisions and they are able to participate in expressing their views. So this is the biggest control that people gain over their lives. Then people gain control over the resources. And the participation that we were talking about, it is democratic participation. Not one or two people in the community or the society are involved, but it is a democratic process in which everyone is involved. It also, at the end of it, the empowerment process gives critical understanding to people to understand their environment, and which means that it increases their awareness and understanding about the social, political, cultural and economic empowerment. It raises their consciousness of political and economic structures and helps them or enables them to take care of their own interests, to take decisions which are in their interest and also in the larger interest of the community. So this is a bit about the empowerment from my side. I would also be sending you more lectures on various concepts, and if you have any problem, if you have any problem understanding any concept, you can send me a message right after this video. So thank you students, and have a safe stay at home and keep studying. It was nice, at least you could see me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.